Now on CoastTV News.
Marijuana mile modification, the changes to Sussex County's recreational marijuana sales getting a public hearing today, how restrictions could be altered if approved.
Data dispute.
They shouldn't get allowed access to that certain type of information.
The latest ask of Delaware Governor Matt Meyer over information used that could aid immigration enforcement.
20s are greeting us outside the door this Tuesday morning. Clouds will be on the increase through the afternoon ahead of rain that moves in tonight. I'll have the latest on how much we can expect to see in your area.
Police pay plan, what Ocean View officials are considering for the salaries of its police officers.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And we are in the 6 o'clock hour. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, Matt. I'm Grace Eckerly. It is Tuesday, November 18th, 2025.
And if you're just joining us, let's recap last hour. We learned that Grace bought a Christmas tree. Berlin has its Christmas tree.
Right.
I feel the need to point out here that we're still over a week away from Thanksgiving, with all due respect to you and the
maybe
people
a
of
week
Berlin.
away, but Chris also showed us in the 10-day Thanksgiving has made its mark. That turkey was on the Thursday,
I was excited to
56
see that.
degrees. And speaking of, good morning, Chris.
Wait, you calling Chris a turkey?
A little bit.
Okay.
Good morning, Grace and Matt. Yes, we are creeping up on the Thanksgiving holiday, and right now, I'll tell you, it feels more like Christmas out there this morning as we're seeing temperatures well below the freezing mark. We're at 30 in Lewis. You see the clear skies there, calm winds, and temperatures have tanked away from the beaches along the 113 corridor here. Look at that, 25 in Delmarva along Route 13, 29 in Millsboro, 26 Redden. So it is a cold morning out there. Now, the good news is winds are relatively calm, so we're not seeing much in the way of a wind chill. Clear skies through the peninsula at the moment, but that's going to be changing through the afternoon. See, high pressure just off to our southwest is going to slide to our south, and that's going to allow for cloud cover to work in, and then eventually we're going to see some rain move into the area, but that doesn't come until this evening and then primarily through the overnight hours. So we stay rather dry most of the day with clouds on the increase. The steadiest rain will be during the overnight, and then we're looking at more clouds than sun, unfortunately, from Wednesday through the end of the week. There's those increasing clouds throughout the afternoon. We top out around 50 degrees. I'll have the latest on how much rain we could expect to see on the peninsula coming up in my full forecast.
Thank you, Chris. And our top story this hour, Sussex County could make it easier for marijuana stores to open in some areas under an ordinance that was introduced back in September.
Currently, marijuana retailers face strict rules in the county, and CoastTV News reporter Elisa Weber is live in Georgetown. And Elisa, in a few hours, a public hearing is scheduled there for that proposed ordinance.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. Right now we are in Georgetown in front of the Sussex County Administrative Offices, where later today there's going to be a public hearing for an ordinance that aims to change zoning rules for retail marijuana stores here in Sussex County. And according to that new ordinance, the 3-mile separation between marijuana retailers and towns would be changed to half a mile. The shops are also limited to heavy commercial zones, but the ordinance would allow stores in medium commercial areas as well. County officials state that the 3-mile separation distance between marijuana retail stores, churches, schools, colleges, or substance abuse treatment facilities will not change. And that public hearing will take place this afternoon at 1:30 right here in Georgetown. Back to you.
Thank you, Elisa. Developing news. CoastTV obtained a copy of a letter 40 members of Congress sent to Delaware Governor Matt Meyer on November 12th, asking to block immigration and customs enforcement access to DMV data, and to consider going further by blocking access to other federal agencies that are now acting as, quote, Trump's shock troops. Those are the words they used. The letter states this access is possible because for more than 20 years, states have shared DMV information with thousands of law enforcement agencies through a national network called NLETS, and for some, it's an issue that hits home.
I feel that steps should be taken is that these agencies, that they shouldn't get allowed access to that certain type of information.
Governor's office told Coast TV they are aware of the issue and are working with the DMV to try to determine potential remedies. And for more information on the story, you can head to coasttv.com.
Back in March, Delaware's Democrats introduced a bill It's House Bill 60 to limit DMV sharing of undocumented drivers' information. The bill would protect personal data like immigration status and social security numbers. It applies to driving privilege cards for undocumented immigrants like what you see on your screen now. That bill made it out of the committee but was not voted on in the State House or Senate.
New this morning in Ocean View, the potential of putting in place a structured pay scale for the town's police department. If this is approved, the scale factors in years of service. According to the Ocean View website, entry-level salary is currently around $65,000. Scale would apply for fiscal year 2027 through fiscal year 2029, and the pay compensation is part of a scheduled presentation at the Town Council's 12:30 p.m. workshop. It's then on the agenda for more discussion and possible action at the 3:30 regular meeting.
Happening today, a public hearing in Worcester County that would increase the hotel room tax rate. According to county documents, it would be raised from 5% to 6%, and some of the businesses say the new rate would apply to include hotels, motels, condominiums, and cottages. If the bill gets a vote, officials say unanimous approval is required. And important to note here, there's only expected to be a public hearing today. That takes place at 10:45 a.m.
A development moratorium remains in place in Dagsboro. Town council members delayed a vote on updated development fees and policies. Last month, you might remember, the town extended this moratorium for 180 days until new regulations were ironed out. The council was expected to vote last night, but deferred action after receiving more feedback. Some of that feedback came from Morse Roofing and Siding, the CEO saying proposed fee increases would hurt his business and urged the council to reconsider.
Well, if you're looking to buy a handgun like these on your screen now in Delaware, it may take a little longer. A law is now in effect requiring a permit for purchasing handguns. It also requires taking a firearms training course, getting fingerprinted, and passing a background check. Officials expect the process to have a turnaround time of about 30 days, and advocates of the law say it will improve gun safety across the state. But one gun shop owner tells us it violates the Second Amendment.
We really want to educate. The majority of our business is training. However, it should not be forced on someone and again violate their constitutional right.
There are some exceptions to this rule to permit to purchase law there in Delaware, some of which are current or retired law enforcement and anyone with a valid hunter safety certification.
And we are now taking a live look this morning at Washington, D.C. House lawmakers are expected to vote today to compel the Justice Department to release all their files on the Epstein investigation. And this vote comes after Speaker Mike Johnson and President Trump resisted calls to do so earlier. Now the president has reversed course and urges Republicans to vote for the release.
NBC's Alice Barr shows us how lawmakers will hear from Epstein survivors who plan to be on Capitol Hill to try to sway a decision.
Today, a highly anticipated vote in the House set to compel the Justice Department to release its files on notorious sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
We have nothing to do with Epstein.
After resisting the move for months, President Trump now urging Republicans to vote for the bill and saying he would sign it.
They can do whatever they want. We'll give them everything. Sure, I would. Let the Senate look at it. Let anybody look at it.
That as it grows increasingly clear the House has the votes to pass it.
We were working all weekend and had almost 100 Republicans who were going to vote for a bill in defiance of Donald Trump.
Now, with the president's backing,
everybody's voting for it.
So you're voting for it because everyone's voting for it.
Everybody's going to vote.
GOP Congressman Thomas Massey, who's been leading the charge for the files release, saying he's worried new investigations President Trump ordered the DOJ to open could block the release of information.
I believe they may be trying to use those investigations as a predicate for not releasing the files.
President Trump, who socialized with Epstein decades ago before cutting ties, has not been accused of any wrongdoing related to Epstein's crimes. Survivors of the years of abuse coming forward to press for transparency, rallying today at the Capitol.
Knowing how popular this is with the American people, that a tremendous amount of pressure placed on the government means things happen. And
hoping for a major step on the long road to accountability. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Happening tonight back here at home, discussion and possible vote on 2 development proposals in Millville. Town Council will first consider a 139 home community located off of Route 17. According to the agenda, it plans for 73 single-family homes, 34 duplexes, and 32 townhomes. Second, officials are set to review a proposal from BB regarding parking lot improvements at the Creekside Plaza property. The project would add 14 new spaces and include a shared-use parking easement. Millville Town Council gathers tonight at 7 p.m.
And new this morning, Cambridge officials are announcing a $50,000 in grant from the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development. Officials say the money will support the city's commercial facade improvement program. This encourages commercial and business owners to upgrade the exterior appearances of their buildings within the city's sustainable community areas. Owners can receive up to 50% reimbursement for qualified upgrades.
And we're just getting started in this hour of CoastTV News today.
Coming up, sea turtle support. We have an update on this sea turtle that was rescued off of the Delmarva coast. You might recall that turtle was not in good shape over a year ago.
Also closed to evaluate repair costs. We'll tell you why one person in Cambridge says the temporary change is needed for a boardwalk in the city.
Still ahead, Botanic Gardens edition, how it opens the door for more in one of the state's most beautiful places. It is this week's Ties That Bind Us. And there is First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono. He's working on some cold temperatures this Tuesday morning. He's in the Weather Center, and we check in with him next.
Good Tuesday morning, Delmarva. Cold start out there this morning as we take a live look into Dover. The sun rising 33 degrees in Dover, and we're running a nearly 20 degrees colder over the Delmarva Peninsula than where we were at just 24 hours ago. We're at 28 in Long Neck, 27 in Laurel, 25 Delmarva, 26 in Salisbury. We've had calm winds, clear skies, high pressure just off to our southwest is going to continue sliding eastward and then allowing for this moisture, this rain along the Ohio and Indiana border continue to push towards the east throughout the day today. Now, most of the day is dry. We begin the day quite cold, below that freezing mark. Temperatures right around 30 degrees for your bus stop. Sunshine will give way to increasing clouds throughout the afternoon as we top out right in the lower 50s with that rain arriving tonight. I'll have the latest on how much rain we can expect to see. My full forecast in a few minutes. Grace.
Thank you, Chris. Ocean City will celebrate the 33rd annual Winter Fest of Lights this week. Millions of twinkling lights, dozens of animated holiday displays, and a 50-foot Christmas tree will light up Northside Park. Might be a little bigger than the one that I got. The Ocean City Elementary School's OC Stars will be performing, and that's going to be followed by a firework display. The opening ceremony is Thursday at 5:30 in Ocean City.
There are a lot of ways to describe a lot of places, but when you're talking about the Delaware Botanic Gardens, one word springs to mind: enchanting. And if you haven't been in a while, if you've never been, there's a new addition that might just draw you in. Music blaring, champagne flowing, and people clapping. All to celebrate the grand opening of a brand new building within the beautiful confines of one of the first state's most magical swaths of land.
This is the Delaware Botanic Gardens, Annette Pannoni Meadow Pavilion.
Raymond Sander is the president of the Delaware Botanic Gardens, and he is thrilled by what this new feature means for the everyday operations.
Right now, if we have a program and it rains, our first question is, did you bring an umbrella? Now, if it rains, we just have a place to bring everyone inside.
The Annette Pannoni Meadow Pavilion is the first building on the 37 acres of the Botanic Garden property capable of hosting programs and community events.
It's a very major step for us.
The new structure covers 3,300 square feet. It can hold more than 200 people, and it even has a living roof patio. The celebratory party, which was held back in September, is the culmination of 5 years of work. In fact, Vice President Carol Zonko was so excited, she popped in a little early for a sneak peek.
It was just so incredibly moving for me because here we are, you know, all these years and working towards it and reach this goal, and how magnificent it is. It really struck a chord.
And speaking of tunes, the common song sung by everybody we talked to was praise for all the people that come together to make this place possible.
The volunteers are the lifeblood.
Stephen Price Lee is the Deputy Executive Director of Horticulture, and while the recent grand opening celebrates the newest addition to the gardens, his focus, specifically on the native plants throughout the grounds, are the perennial draw for those that love it.
By choosing plants that belong, you really are inviting the wildlife back.
And there might not be anybody better to give the big sell on why you should go to the Delaware Botanic Gardens than Stephen himself.
Come and enjoy, take a break from the stress of the everyday life, enjoy our woodland trails and our 1,000 feet of shoreline creek, and you really will capture a lot of energy and soul-searching sanctuary by visiting and spending a couple of hours here at the garden.
If you want to go get lost in nature, the Delaware Botanic Gardens may be the best place in the state to do it. They're beautiful, inspiring, and now, with their new pavilion, there's one more reason to make the trip. For the ties that bind us, I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
Time is 6:19 and you're looking live at the early morning scene in Delaware's capital city of Dover. And Chris, our dry stretch of weather that we've been enjoying, at least I've been enjoying, seems like it's about to come to an end now.
Yeah, we have some rain that we're talking about, and it's primarily overnight. I think most of the day is dry and rain-free. In fact, look at how cold we are at this point. We're about 19 degrees colder in Ocean City than where we were just 24 hours ago, 18 degrees cooler in Salisbury. There you see those temperatures. We're at 26 Ocean Pines and in Salisbury, 29 Bridgeville, 28 Seaford, and we're at 34 in Rehoboth Beach. We've had calm winds, clear skies. That is allowed for those temperatures to plunge this hour through the overnight. And wind chills, not much in the way of a wind chill because the winds are relatively calm. We're dealing with pretty dry conditions across much of the northeast mid-Atlantic. High pressure just off to our south, and you can see plenty of moisture. We got some snow on the northern flank of this moisture, some heavier pockets of rain. We're just going to be dealing with a cold rain overnight tonight. We're at 27 degrees right now in Laurel. Temperatures rising to 50 by around 2 o'clock, and notice the clouds will begin to increase through the afternoon ahead of that shower activity. I think most of the showers, spotty sprinkles early this evening is going to have a hard time reaching the ground. The steadiest rain will be arriving after 10 o'clock tonight, so most of this is going to be falling during the overnight hours, but we are going to see some of that rain linger into early tomorrow morning, about 6 o'clock. Wet roads, some moderate pockets of rain, and then it quickly exits late in the morning, and we're looking at a rather cloudy, kind of raw day across the area. Now, as far as rainfall totals go, it's going to generally be on the lighter side. On average, about a half an inch of rain with some locally higher amounts up to 3/4 of an inch is the max we're looking at. We dry out into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, an isolated shower, better chances of more rain arriving overnight Friday into Saturday. This system looks to be on the rather light side as well. So we start the weekend rather damp, but it's not a complete washout. I think we'll salvage most of the weekend. In fact, I think by Saturday afternoon, we will be dry after the morning rain. We're at 51 today with increasing clouds. Showers develop through the evening and become steadier overnight. We'll fall to 40 degrees, 54 through your Wednesday with morning showers giving way to cloudy skies. A raw day. Thursday, more clouds than sun, 55. We're at 60 in through Saturday. Most of that day is dry, and then we'll start the weekend off with showers. Clearing skies through Sunday, 58. Sunday, definitely the better of the 2 days. And then we're at 60 on Monday with mostly sunny skies. Matt.
Thank you, Chris. Dorchester County is temporarily closing part of the boardwalk near the Malkus Bridge in Cambridge. Officials say the closure will give them time to evaluate needed repairs and figure out the costs. Warning signs are getting posted to keep visitors out of the area. Neighbors we spoke with say they're hopeful for a safer boardwalk and that it opens again soon.
I just think if the repairs are necessary, it's important. It needs to be safe, because I would hate to think somebody will get hurt, but I'm glad to know it's going to be reopened.
And the county says it will provide updates as plans for repairs move forward. Until then, visitors are asked to stay out of the closed section for their safety.
More to come on CoastTV News today. Sea turtle support. We'll tell you how officials say they're going to keep an eye on the sea turtle even after its release. Don't go anywhere. The Toms Cove Visitor Center in the Virginia unit of Assateague Island National Seashore has closed permanently. That's according to the National Park Service. They say the building, home for decades to NPS interpretive education and lifeguard operations, is past its useful life and will be demolished in early January of 2026.
National Park Service says the structure was never designed to serve as a visitor center. It has actually been relocated twice in its history, and they say that all Park Service staff and programs will move to the USFWS Bateman Center, which will become a joint operation.
And many of you may remember Pegasus, the sea turtle rescued last June at Assateague Island National Seashore. At the time, she was in some pretty rough shape, and according to the National Aquarium, Stranding Response Pegasus has made a full recovery. That is thanks to months of rehab, and Pegasus was equipped with a satellite transmitter before her release to keep a close eye on her. She was released back into the ocean in September. And it is that time of year for Bless Our Children campaign. Every year, CoastTV works to make the holidays brighter for kids across Delmarva.
And the money you give goes to local charities who then buy Christmas presents. And here's how you can support.
It's the time of year when we want to see our children's faces light up with joy in this season of giving.
But you know what? For many families on Delmarva, that's going to be tough to do. That's why Bless Our Children campaign raises money to help make the holidays brighter for local children.
All of the money you donate goes to nonprofit organizations right here on Delmarva, which assist families in need.
You can send your donation and a holiday card, and over the next few weeks, we'll read many of them on the air.
Every penny, every single one you give helps kids right here on Delmarva because WBOC covers all administrative costs.
We're also asking businesses to help bless our children by accepting the Shell Brothers Challenge of donating at least $1,000. As our thank you, we'll list your business name on the Shell Brothers Honor Roll in order of amount given in increments of $1,000.
You can donate by sending a check or money order to the address on your screen, or you can use your credit card online at blessourchildren.org.
On behalf of everyone here, thank you
for helping make the holidays brighter for children on Delmarva.
Bless Our Children is administered by the Draper Holdings Charitable Foundation.
It's a cold one out there this morning. Delmarva, as we take a live look in through Lewis. Beautiful shot there. Cold, dry start. We're at the freezing mark. Dew points are right around 25 degrees. And we're going to see plenty of sunshine through the morning from Ocean City into Fenwick Island. We're up to 48 by around your lunchtime, 49 into Fenwick Island. Clouds will be on the increase through the afternoon into Lewis as well as Rehoboth, 46 by around 5 o'clock this evening. As we make our way into the Bay, Cambridge, 48 clouds will be increasing quicker there in a west to east fashion. Chrisfield, we're at 48 by 4 o'clock. The rain holds off until tonight. Congratulations to Polly Boyd of Milton, Delaware on winning an umbrella from CoastTV. And you can get your latest forecast by calling our First Alert weather phone. I'll have more on the rain rolling in tonight in the next half hour.
Thank you, Chris. And after the break on CoastTV News today, police pay potential. We'll tell you about the proposal in Ocean View that could clarify salary breakdowns.
Also, Delaware data denial. We'll tell you about Governor Matt Meyer's reaction to a letter from Congress aimed at limiting information to ICE.
And Sussex County reviews miles of separation. We'll tell you about the possible changes to marijuana rules in the area. CoastTV News today returns after the break.
Now on CoastTV News.
Permit purchase pause.
It should not be forced on someone and again violate their constitutional right.
The new handgun law in effect in Delaware and why some gun shop owners have concern.
Marijuana mile modification, the changes to Sussex County's recreational marijuana sales getting a public hearing today, how restrictions could be altered if approved.
20s are greeting us outside the door this Tuesday morning. Clouds will be on the increase through the afternoon ahead of rain that moves in tonight. I'll have the latest on how much we can expect to see in your area.
Structured salary shift, how the pay for police officers in Ocean View could get changed.
This is CoastTV News Today.
November 18th, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Grace.
Good morning, Matt. I am Grace Eckerly, and thank you for joining us today.
6:32 a.m., a winter coat type of day, and we're over a month away from the official start of winter.
Yes, but it sure felt like it this morning. Yeah. My car was reading 30 degrees. Chris is telling us high 20s. It's a little crazy.
That is cold.
That is
no
cold.
matter what time of the year.
It is, even though I was calling for a colder weather to come through in time for the holiday season.
Chris, you delivered for her. Way to go. All right, let's bring in First Alert meteorologist Chris Masterbono. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. Yeah, I'm doing my best. I know she wants snow, but still have a little bit of time to work on that as we take a live look in through Laurel. Sunny, clear skies there. The sunrise coming up here at 6:47. We're at 27 in Laurel, one of our colder spots. We're at 25, Delmarva, Gumboro, 31, Milton, 28, Millsboro. So if you're west of Coastal Highway, it is a very cold morning for you, and we're in the lower to mid 30s along the beaches. Now, the good news is we haven't seen much of a wind chill because the winds are relatively calm, and with the calm winds and clear skies, that's allowing for those temperatures to fall at their lowest points through the morning. High pressure just back off to our southwest, keeping us dry for now, but that high pressure system is retreating eastward, and that's going to allow for clouds and eventually this area of low pressure to pass to our south through the overnight. So clouds will be on the increase. Most of the day is dry. A few showers and sprinkles arrive during the evening. Most of the rain is going to be during the overnight hours through at least Wednesday morning. Wednesday, we're going to be socked in the clouds, just a rather raw day once we get the steadiest rain out of here. Clear skies through the morning. We'll get those temperatures up to around 50 this afternoon under mostly cloudy skies, and then we'll talk about the rain rolling in this evening a little bit later on in the newscast.
Thank you, Chris. And our top story this half hour, Sussex County could make it easier for marijuana stores to open in some areas under an ordinance that was introduced back in September.
Yeah, currently, marijuana retailers face strict rules in the county. CoastTV News reporter Lisa Weber is live in Georgetown, and in a few hours, a public hearing is taking place for that proposed ordinance. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. Right now, we are in Georgetown at the Sussex County Administrative Offices. We're inside this building later today. There is going to be a public hearing for an ordinance that aims to change zoning rules for retail marijuana stores here in Sussex County. And according to that new ordinance, the 3-mile separation between marijuana retailers and towns would change to half a mile. The shops are also currently limited to heavy commercial zones, but the ordinance would allow stores in medium commercial areas as well. County officials state that the 3-mile separation distance between marijuana retail stores, churches, schools, colleges, or substance abuse treatment facilities will not change, which is something one person CoastTV spoke with says is a good idea.
I like the restrictions they have on it so that like high schoolers or middle schoolers can't easily walk to the dispensaries.
And that public hearing will take place this afternoon right here in Georgetown at 1:30. Back to you.
Elisa, and also at that meeting, council could get a review of a proposed ordinance authorizing a general obligation bond for the Love Creek Mobile Home Community Project. This is the area that we're showing you on your screen. It's just off of Route 24 west of Coastal Highway. According to documents that we reviewed, here's what's in the proposal. The bond is over $7.2 million for the installation of a low-pressure sanitary sewer system, meaning 20 total on-site treatment and disposal systems will get eliminated.
Developing news, CoastTV obtained a copy of a letter 40 members of Congress sent to Delaware Governor Matt Meyer on November 12th, asking to block Immigration and Customs Enforcement's access to DMV data and to consider going further with blocking access to other federal agencies that are now acting as, quote, Trump's shock troops.
The letter says the access is possible because for more than 20 years, states have shared DMV information with thousands of law enforcement agencies through a national network that's called NLETS. The governor's office told CoastTV News that they are aware of the issue and are working with the DMV to try to determine potential remedies. New this morning in Ocean View, the potential of putting in place a structured pay scale for the town's police department. And if this is approved, the scale factors in years of service. According to the Ocean View website, the entry-level salary is currently $65,000. Scale would apply for fiscal year 2027 through fiscal year 2029. Pay compensation is part of a scheduled presentation at the Town Council's 12:30 p.m. workshop. It's then on the agenda for more discussion and possible action at the 3:30 regular meeting.
If you're looking to buy a handgun like these in Delaware, it may take a little longer. A law is now in effect requiring a permit for purchasing handguns. It also requires taking a firearms training course, getting fingerprinted, and passing a background check. Officials expect the process to have a turnaround time of about 30 days, and advocates of the law say it will improve gun safety across the state. But one gun shop owner tells us it violates the Second Amendment. Some exemptions apply to current or retired law enforcement and anyone with a valid hunter safety certification.
Happening today, a public hearing in Worcester County that would increase the hotel room tax rate. According to county documents, it would raise it from 5% to 6%. And some of the businesses the new rate would apply to include hotels, motels, condominiums, and cottages. If the bill goes to a vote, officials say the unanimous approval is required. It's important to note here, this is only expected to be a public hearing today, which takes place at 10:45 a.m.
We are now taking a live look into Washington, D.C. as the sun is coming up. House Speaker Mike Johnson says he expects a vote today on releasing Justice Department case files on Jeffrey Epstein. Advocates say they could reveal potential ties between the convicted pedophile and powerful people like President Donald Trump. The president denies any wrongdoing and has never been charged.
Amy Kiley shows us lawmakers' perspectives on this issue.
We're definitely feeling optimism.
Today, the House could vote on releasing government case files involving sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Survivors are urging lawmakers to pass the bill.
There have been a lot of betrayals, so I think what we really want to see is follow through.
This is about holding accountable those who exploit, and that they're done having the powerful run the show here.
One of the bill's main supporters predicts it'll pass with a veto-proof majority, despite the battle just to get it on the floor. A bipartisan discharge petition is forcing a vote, despite prior resistance from House Speaker Mike Johnson. It has the required signatures after a newly elected congresswoman added her name. Democrats argue Johnson waited 50 days to swear her in to delay an Epstein vote.
If you've caused harm to children, to girls, to women, you should be exposed and there should be justice.
Johnson says the delay was due to the shutdown. He says he's warming to the bill because the Senate can revise it.
They'll be able to correct some of those concerns that we have, the protection of victims and whistleblowers and all the rest.
President Donald Trump is reversing his position and now says he'd sign the legislation. On social media, he writes, quote, "We have nothing to hide and it's time to move on." Critics are skeptical of the timing.
He got tired of me winning, so he joined our side.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
New overnight, the United Nations Security Council has approved President Trump's resolution aimed at pushing the Gaza truce toward a more lasting peace and rebuilding effort. The resolution adds international backing to President Trump's 20-point Gaza plan, parts of which helped shape last month's ceasefire.
Now we have a lot more news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, Town Tree Arrival will show you the latest community on Delmarva to get into the holiday spirit.
Also, Hornets making history. The Delaware State football team attempting to accomplish something it has not done in 18 years. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
Good Tuesday morning. Delmarva stepping outdoor this morning to temperatures in the 20s and 30s. We're at 29 in Lewis. We are hitting our coldest temperatures so far this morning. 26 Dagsboro, we're at 24 Delmar to 26 Willards and 30 in Milton. Clear skies, calm winds have allowed for those temperatures to fall through the overnight. We have high pressure just off to our south, and we'll see that moisture back off through portions of Ohio and Indiana. This is going to continue to advance eastward throughout the day today, but good news is most of the day is dry. We have that cold start, sunny skies, mostly cloudy skies through the afternoon, and then we're looking at a few spotty showers rolling in this evening with the steadiest moisture coming in overnight. I'll have the latest on how much rainfall we could expect to see. My full forecast is coming up in minutes. Matt.
Okay, Chris. Grace, this seems right up your alley here. One town in Worcester County is already getting into the Christmas spirit. Berlin set up its 14-foot fir Christmas tree. It traveled all the way from the western part of the state, Garrett County, and it got here on a Berlin electric truck to the Atlantic Hotel. Decorations of the tree takes place on Thursday with lights and oyster shell ornaments painted by local schools and community groups.
It's a good-looking tree, Matt. Next, there are only 4 VIP parking spots left to bid on in the holiday parade parking auction, and today is the last day to bid. Berlin officials say these front row spots are located in the Triangle War Memorial Lot, and all money raised will go towards Berlin's future community center. VIP winners will need to pick up their passes at Town Hall by December 3rd.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Over in Dover, Delaware State football plays for a championship this week. That's right. The same DSU team that didn't have a winning season since 2012 now can claim the MEAC. That's the Deshaun Jackson difference. The first-year head coach prepares for his toughest test yet in South Carolina State. SC State, the defending MEAC champs. Did DSU look like potential MEAC champs when we caught their game against Howard on Saturday? Yes and no. It was a pretty comfortable win for Deshaun Jackson and crew, although he was barking at the officials all game because his team committed 18 penalties for nearly 200 penalty yards. Howard did a decent job passing the ball. You saw that they got on the scoreboard through the air. DSU also struggled in the red zone. They were hovering around 50% on the game. You're going to have red zone issues when you have a quarterback split. There's their number 1 quarterback who is battling a little bit of a lower leg injury. And here's Soiree, their number 2 for most of this season, who played a lot and had over 140 passing yards against Howard. But you know what? DSU has split the quarterbacks a little bit all season long, and they feel comfortable Saturday at 1 o'clock playing either quarterback, Bennett or Soiree, with the game on the line. DSU competing for a MEAC title.
And coming up tonight on DSN 8:30, we have Decatur taking on Dover in boys basketball, then catch the final score at 10:30 p.m.
Well, if the rain in the forecast has you down, you can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from CoastTV with personal features, some fun things to do each weekend, and more. You can sign up for free at coasttv.com/sign up to get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday. And here's what you can look forward to this afternoon on Coast Life at 4 p.m.
Hope you're having a great day so far, and if you join us today at 4, here's what's coming your way with Coast Life. It's Tuesday. That means we've got a great debate for you, and this one I imagine can get pretty heated. We're talking the best sides at Thanksgiving. In my opinion, the side dishes are really what it's all about, but we'll get to that later on today. Also, while we're on the topic of food, we've got our dish of the week for you. We've got some ways for you to save some money and to do some good eating with our friends at Benvenuto. All of that and more is coming your way today at 4 on Coast Life. We'll see you then.
Temperatures in the 20s this morning will give way to highs right around 50 degrees through the afternoon. Clouds will be increasing throughout the day ahead of rain that's going to roll in this evening through the overnight. I'll have the latest timing right after the break.
Time is now 6:49 as we're taking a look outside into a beautiful Lewis. The sun is just starting to come up. And Chris, you're saying that we're looking to a similar day as to yesterday, just without the wind.
Yes, and then we're going to see more clouds on the increase through the afternoon ahead of that rain. So most of the day is dry. Rain rolls in tonight. Look at the 24-hour temperature change in Salisbury. 18 degrees cooler there than where we were at just 24 hours ago. 19 degrees cooler in Ocean City. So most of us away from the beaches are in the 20s this morning. 25 Delmarva, 27 in Seaford, 26 Harrington to 34 in Rehoboth. We've had calm winds for most of the overnight, and that's allowed for those temperatures to fall with clear skies. So with the calm winds, we're not seeing much of a wind chill out there this morning. Now we are dealing with high pressure just off to our southwest, keeping us dry for the moment, but that's going to be pushing offshore, and that's going to allow for this moisture back across Ohio, Indiana, Illinois to roll into our area through the overnight. You got sun rising here in Laurel, 27 degrees there. Plenty of sunshine through the morning, and then the clouds will begin to increase through the latter part of the morning into the afternoon. We're at 51 this afternoon in Lewis, 51 in Easton. See a high of 52 Salisbury to 52 in Pocomoke City. There's the clouds increasing later on this afternoon through the evening. We'll see a few showers and sprinkles arrive early in the evening. Most of that is going to have a hard time hitting the surface because the atmosphere is so dry. Then by the late part of the night, we begin to see the steadier rain roll in overnight, and we're going to have some rain into the morning. So by 6-7 a.m. tomorrow, still going to have some rain across the area. So keep that in mind tomorrow morning. It's going to be generally on the light side, and then by the late part of the morning, we're going to see that rain push offshore. We're going to be left with mostly cloudy skies and a rather raw afternoon. Rainfall on the order of 1/2 inch to as much as 3/4 inch of rain as we get into Wednesday morning. Behind that, we dry out but stay rather gloomy Thursday, Friday, and then we'll see another batch of rain roll in Friday night into Saturday. So there's the cloudy skies in play on Thursday. Most of the day is dry. An isolated shower Friday, but with a better chance of rain rolling in. And this is going to be generally on the light side as well, Friday night in through Saturday. And then we'll dry out through the afternoon through your Sunday. We're at 51 this afternoon with showers developing through the evening. Periods of rain overnight. A chilly, raw night, 54 with morning showers. That'll give way to cloudy skies through your afternoon. 55 by Thursday. Clouds will be kind of the theme through the rest of the week into your Friday. An isolated shower with a better chance of rain Saturday morning. And then we're looking pretty nice into Sunday with mostly sunny skies. Grace.
Thank you, Chris. Cambridge officials say crews will close Pine Street from Cedar Street to Dunn's Court Thursday morning to install a raised crosswalk. That's the area you can see on your screen now. And according to the city, as soon as that work wraps up, Race Street from Kinnery Way to Gay Street will also close so crews can install another raised crosswalk. Each installation is expected to take about 4 hours.
This morning, we do have a deadline to tell you about. This one's not a bad one. It's for elementary school students in Delaware. This is DelDOT's Name That Plow contest. It ends on Friday, December 5th. One winner from each county will get a school visit from the snowplow and a picture.
The time is now 6:53 a.m. this morning, and it's time to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And this hour, we have Millie, who's a very sweet girl who loves everyone. And Millie was submitted to us by Renee in Dagsboro.
It is a beautiful dog, Matt. And we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. You can send us photos and tell us what makes them so special if you take a look at your screen now.
That's where the QR code is. Scan it. Get your friends to CoastTV News and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
It's a cold one this morning in the 20s. On our way to highs around 50 degrees. We start the day with sunny skies and end it with clouds, and then eventually rain will be moving in this evening through the overnight, ending tomorrow morning. So we'll begin our Wednesday with rain around, and then by the afternoon, mostly cloudy skies, 54, and then we'll gradually begin to creep up to around 60 on Friday, but a lot of clouds. Clouds will be kind of the theme here Thursday through Friday, and then we'll see another round of showers late Friday through Saturday. Now, right now, the weekend looking relatively decent. It'll start a little on the wet side with some rain Saturday morning. We'll dry out through the afternoon, and Sunday looking like the better of the two at the moment. And then we're looking at seasonable temperatures to start the big holiday week. And then as we roll into Thanksgiving, right now, early call, 54 degrees, could see a morning shower, giving way to partly cloudy skies through the afternoon. So
Keyword's early, though.
Yes, still got a week or so to work on that forecast. So, but right now we're looking like potentially a shower. There may be a system right around Thanksgiving, Black Friday.
So it sounds like you're going to have to wear your hat to protect your hair.
Yeah, I might have to do that. But I like the point that you made earlier that, hey, we got turkey bowls and turkey trots that could be on the line with that weather.
Well, thank you, Chris, and thank you for joining us today on Coast TV News Today.
And the Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
Then we'll be back with Coast TV News midday at 11 a.m.
And for even more news and coverage you can count on, download our Coast TV News and weather apps. Have a great Tuesday morning, everybody.